shoot! You're alive.
Are you okay, Rebecca?
Where is everybody?
They should have arrived here before me. Haven't you seen them? That's unfortunate. If we go straight from here, we should arrive at an old mansion which Umbrella uses for research. Come on, let's go.
Wait! I've got to find Billy.
Billy Cohen? You mean you found that criminal?
Yes, but we got separated and...
No point worrying about him. He won't make it. Come on, let's go.
Sir, please. I need to find him. Don't worry, I'll catch up with you.
Rebecca... All right. Just be careful.
I never saw him again.
Which is a damn shame, because not only is that the last we ever see of Enrico, but his voice actor, for some bizarre fucking reason, does a damn good job impersonating the PS1 voice of Enrico, but also capturing like an emotional range of spectrum that is better than the PS1 voice of Enrico, unless that is the voice of Enrico if he came back, which is weird, because why would he do that? But more importantly, it was awesome that he did that, because it sounds exactly like the guy, unless it is the guy, in which case, holy fuck, whatever. Greetings, I'm Solidus-Skully, welcome back to Resident Evil 0. In order to find things to talk about, I am forced to talk about Enrico, primarily because, well, this game should have had more of a primary focus on Bravo Team. You know, the guys from Resident Evil 1 that you were supposed to develop and have us care more about. Again, we get Richard in Resident Evil 1, we sort of get a bit more about Kenneth in the remake with his final moments. I mean, there is Edward that we see in the train segment, but barely get fuck all about. There's the helicopter pilot Dewey, based on the Dewey of the earlier Resident Evil 1 concept by Shinji Mikami, where it was more Mega Man-esque cyborg enhancements. But regardless of such, we don't get barely a fucking thing about Enrico, and that's saddening because, again, to kind of talk about Resident Evil history here, he is the most senior member of STARS that actually earned his position. Again, we know Wesker, who earned his position because, oh yes, are you saying that I was manufactured by Umbrella? And I'll talk about this later.
What is that?
Oh yeah, this is the prototype tyrant thing. Run around, shoot the fucker. I'll talk about this later when we fight him again, because of fucking course we do. God forbid Resident Evil 0 have any fucking original concepts of its own. Anyway, Enrico, as I was saying before. He is the most senior member of STARS, but we don't get to learn anything about him. He was the reason why Barry Burden got his job to begin with. He's also the penultimate reason why Chris got his job. And really, it's sad that we don't get to see more of him in action, because again, it's implied that he did find out about Wesker's involvement and everything because of the whole, the fact that he was involved in both Resident Evil 0 and in turn Resident Evil 1, so he knew what the fuck was going on, but we don't get to see more of him in action, and that's fucking tragic, because his character should have been more involved, but no, it's just like, well, you know, I mean, you know, we're gonna involve Billy Cohen, who wasn't even fucking there to begin with, and yeah, you know, we're gonna involve Jane Marcus, who's it's like fucking leeches. Got your leeches. Fucking, here's your leeches. I love leeches, because I'm a deep character. Leeches. Fucking leeches, cunt. Fuck you. Fucking leeches, shit, cunt. Fuck shit, cunt. Fuck shit, leech, shit, cunt. I'm James Marcus. I'm a deep character. I'm there. Leech man. Anyway, this elevator leads you back to several areas of the thing. Here's the train on the other side, and there's a floor below, which is where we fought the tyrant. And then there's more shit where we see cutscenes, fuck it, go by, whatever, shit, cunt, fuck. If it sounds like we're a little bit cynical, it's because that there's not really much that this sequence really shows us. We will be seeing more of this Umbrella facility a little bit later, but this is, for all intents and purposes, a final area of the game. This is pretty much the end game. It is a very Resident Evil 2 inspired facility, but it's not the Resident Evil 2 facility, so really what's the fucking point? Apart from having arbitrary origins of Umbrella doing a thing, except not really connecting to the rest of the series. Which I don't really know why. I mean, again, they could have had further expansions upon James Marcus's inventions, or, you know, that he had a bigger impact on the development of the T-Virus than what the Mother Virus was in the original African jungle from the initial flower that they found it from. But no, they kind of bury Resident Evil 0 as if they're kind of embarrassed by it. In a similar manner to Code Veronica, really. I was like, yeah, well, I mean, it exists, but fuck it, we're not going to mention it ever again. Like a Devil May Cry 2 kind of scenario, even though I don't think either of those games have ever reached that level of reputation, so really, it just kind of strikes me as a little bit like, okay, these games exist, they have interesting things about them, and they could expand further plot points, but you just sort of, well, you know, we'll acknowledge it, but not, because fuck it, and Capcom, and money. Ka-ching! That's pretty much it.
Playtime is over. You and your friends no longer amuse me. Good riddance. Now nothing will stop me from getting my revenge.
Well, thank you, James Marcus. That was entirely necessary, because it's like, yes, I mean, I was only playing with you up until now, but now I'm really serious about killing you. Even though I could have done that fucking earlier, and you held no amusement for me whatsoever, but fuck it. Ugh, no, not Billy! Our favourite criminal guy! Oh dear, we're gonna have to go rescue him, because we love him, sort of-ish. Fucking whatever. Yeah, really, this is our final area of the game. We'll explore the last bit of mythology to find, then we'll fight the Leech Man, slash, whatever the fuck his name is, and then we'll finally get to the truth of Umbrella, which will deal with concordantly, except sort of whatever, but fuck it. Yeah, as you can tell, it kind of screws the pooch on the finale a little bit. Sort of. Again, Capcom in their ever representative rip-off movies, kind of sort of, oh no, it's a Resident Evil thing, except, you know, we're not ripping off Terminator, we're just doing a little Biohazard thing, yeah, man. But yeah, they do have a finale planned in mind. It's just sort of a factor of what they plan to do, which might involve a little bit of a slimy alien thing, which could have potentially been one of the bigger influences in Resident Evil 0, but I'll stay my tongue on that. In the meantime, we have this little puzzle of connect the lines. It can be a bit of a pain in the ass, but it's sort of a matter of solving which lines connect to what and how to connect the most lines to a thing until you can get the power restored to the elevator to go down the floor, to hop on the log, on the frog, jumping around in the ground to jump on the house that Jack built. And there's your problem. Finally figuring out which points on the little dot thing can solve the puzzle. It can be a little bit finagly, but again, apart from that, you shouldn't have any real problems with it. It's just a factor of finagling your fucking puzzle fingers till you get all the lights to light up, and yeah, again, if you just follow the way in which I'm doing it on this commentary, then you should be relatively okay. Although, if you were looking for Resident Evil hints, you probably would have done it on, I don't know, like a fucking FAQ or like another commentary thing that has more views because it shows up on the algorithm, then you does the thing, and then you gotta fucking do a shit. And really, then you restore power to the facility, get power to the elevator, and then can go down and see more of the Umbrella facility for whatever. Not that it really explains a lot of anything, but, you know, you get to do more stuff, so fuck it. And again, in this case, it's not really as if it really explains much to begin with, it's really just more of an extension of the previous area. Kinda like the train segment shouldn't have really existed, but I guess it was trying to punctuate a moment of, oh no, Billy's gone, we have to save him! Because he's kind of innocent, except not, except maybe, but not, but really, yes, but no. Oh, who do I believe? I need some alcohol to really set my opinions in stone. Glug 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 arg. But yeah, there is more to this area than what we're initially going to be seeing in this area, and you will be seeing that in the next part, along with the secondary tyrant fight, but in the meantime, it's pretty much just get your lay of the land, find Billy, solve some puzzles, and do a fucking shit, really. And I mean, again, it's not bad gameplay-wise, it's just a bit banal, considering that it's very typical Resident Evil affair at this point. Again, a lot of the revelations we've had aren't too shocking. Even the whole thing of, oh no, Billy could also be potentially negated by whether or not you care for the character, which, I mean, again, I do, so I do have at least some limited investment, but that's not to say that everybody will, so, again, it creates a little bit of, like, oh no, a thing happened. Fuck it, continue on as normal, I guess. Or potentially, in a similar vein to, you know, when Ashley is kidnapped by the Los Illuminados in Resident Evil 4, it could potentially be a, yay, I don't have to deal with partner mechanic. Whoopee. Ooh, I can know a leech zombie, bandersnatchy, bookery thing. Find a thing to do a blow him up. Blam, blammo. Blurg, splat, thing, sound effect. That's it, really. Do I have any more commentary? Do I have any more handy-dandy tangents? No, I do not. I only have tangents for the next commentary that I'll be doing, that you will be seeing in the end credits of the final video, which is still a fair bit away at this point, but rest assured, we are in the endgame territory, so yeah, we are finally getting towards the conclusion of the Resident Evil 0 story arc. But, yeah, whether or not it'll be satisfying is entirely up to your enjoyment of the game, again. Or, I suppose the enjoyment of the commentary itself, which again, I suppose does partially depend on, well, me, if you happen to be watching this video, because... And I suppose I might as well talk about other commentaries of Resident Evil Zero's that I never found them to be too entertaining. Like, again, a lot of the other people either tended to be a little bit too, sort of like, oh yes, this is going on screen, or tended to be a little bit bored of the game, because one Resident Evil Zero playthrough I remember specifically was SGB Likes to Play, actually, where, again, like, I mean, neither Johnny nor Matt, who was playing the game at the time, tended to be very good at it. Matt in particular actually was well, I mean, again, considering that I'm playing on easy mode, I don't really have room to, you know, shit talk, considering the point I'm playing on, but yeah, he tended to die quite a bit. He made the gameplay feel a little bit more robust than it should, and including at one point, Elliot actually, again, Johnny's brother, actually wound up falling asleep. I believe it was right about the part where the Eliminators were first revealed, and yeah, that's not exactly a good sign if you're falling asleep during a fucking gameplay video, which should otherwise be at least exciting to watch. But yeah, that's kind of saying something. You shouldn't be falling asleep while looking at a survival horror game, because that is, how you'll say, counterintuitive. But yeah, Resident Evil Zero, again, it can be as exciting or as banal to watch as you make it, but I am doing my best to try and keep interest gauged and, you know, trying to talk about several parts that are interesting to talk about in regards to this, you know, commentary. I hope I'm doing a good job so far, but if not, then I apologize, but yeah, whatever. Since we're about to recover Billy at this point, yeah, make sure that you get, or at least squash all the leeches in the room immediately, because otherwise Billy will shoot them all and waste ammunition, which is, no bueno. But on that note, I am Solidus-Skully, keep it new metal, and next time, yeah, we finish this area. Bye-bye.
Billy!
Rebecca, where am I?
You're safe now. Are you okay? What could have done this?
They must have been used as test subjects in Marcus's research. He must have kept messing around with the mother virus.
Billy?
Conniptions for the final night you came here for. The one derivative you managed is the one I abhor. I need a minute to eliminate forever what the everyday bullshit that I did you out on. You're a